I fucked up. So I'm on my way to work now so I could fix my fuck up.
The fuck? Why is this guy holding up a sign? Wait, what? That's Lisa. The fuck are you doing, bro?
What up?
Why are you holding up a sign?
Nothing, just working,
What?
making money.
What do you mean?
What I just saw through my mirror cannot be good. It cannot be good. Yeah, I fucked up. So I was driving and I looked at the car when it was parked and one side looked high, so I lowered the PSI and it was a lot lower than normal. Normally I'm at like 40 PSI in the rear and I had to lower it to like 27 or something like that, or like 25. I'm like, that's weird, but it's high, so I just lowered it and left the parking spot, kept it pushing. It was this side right here. Now, maybe like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, I had music loud, so I wasn't really paying attention that much, but I'm like, I hear something, doesn't sound right. Put the music down and I hear rubbing, and I see in my mirror and there's just smoke coming out from here. So that's kind of like the angle, the mirror. I saw smoke coming out and I saw the tire rubber, so I aired up back to normal, to 40, which is, it should have clicked in my head. I've been on bags on all my cars for so many years, but obviously I was riding too low and I burnt my paint. So that's not good at all. I'm so freaking pissed about this. Just realized I sounded like white chicks.
I'm so freaking pissed.
But now the car looks like a fucking marshmallow because my dumbass didn't double check. So I came to the conclusion, obviously, when it was parked, it was at a little bit of a hill, of an angle. So since it was at an angle, this side here was high, and it didn't click in my head. It didn't click in my head that it was the angle causing it to be high. Oh man, I'm pissed because now I have this that has to get painted because it burned through the clear coat, and I haven't shown you guys, but I got a freaking scratch and a small dent on the door. This car is going through so much abuse. I daily this. This has gotten more scratches and stupid stuff than any of my other cars that I don't really care about. This car, I was trying to be obviously very careful, take care of it. It's an expensive car, my first new car, and so now I'm more pissed about this than the dent, I think, because this was more avoidable. If I tell you guys how that happened, completely avoidable, so stupid. But this, man. So how do we prevent this from happening again? That's what we're gonna be doing today. So I'm gonna take the wheels off and show you guys the solution to not burn your quarter panel. So I'm gonna start with unbolting this camber arm. You can see it's already fully maxed out. So I'm gonna take out a nut and add maybe like a 1/2 degree of camber so that the tires don't rub on the quarter. As you can see, even this side rubbed a little bit, but obviously the other side is the one that's really bad. So I'm gonna add like a 1/2 degree of camber, should clear it where it just sinks in and doesn't rub on the tire. So what I'm gonna do is take out the locking nut that was on here. So we took that locking nut out, and I'm gonna thread this all the way in and then take out a little bit of camber through this nut because I don't need a whole locking nut. A whole locking nut is gonna make it too sunk. And the second step is the height sensor. So if you guys watched when I installed the air originally, I already ran the harness for the height sensor. Should be up here somewhere. So I already have the harness ran, so I just gotta mount the sensor in the correct, you know, range and stuff. I think I'm gonna go with this location. So this is how I have done the sensors before. I'll open it on my phone, and then I have the sensor. You can see the bottom one is the one I'm working on now. So you can find the limit of it and how much angle you want to put so you don't go past that limit, because adjusting these is super annoying. So you want to try to get it right the first time. So we got the height sensor installed there. I tied it to the bracket that's already in the bottom of that camber arm. So I already checked that it's in range. I'm gonna put the wheel on. Obviously the camber is adjusted, so I'm gonna throw the wheel on, make sure the clearance is good, and then go from there so I know how much to adjust on the other side. So I got the rear sensor installed on this side. Everything is good. So all I'm missing now is the two fronts. So I gotta figure out where I'm gonna place them. It's looking like it's gonna have to be somewhere, honestly don't even know where. So I'm gonna figure that out real quick so I can do it on both sides. Figuring out the front sensor placement has been killing me. Literally have been doing this for over an hour. I think I finally got something to work. I have to measure it out, see if the travel is correct, but I let the car die, so I'm gonna go get the boost pack and then take a little break and then finish on the other side if this side is good.
We're mounting the final side of the sensor, and as he's mounting the final side, almost done, this happens. So this is coolant.
What's going on? Doctor.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show.
Can you make that?
So apparently FL5s have a recall or some type of common issue where the reservoir cracks.
I'm hoping it's that. Well, it has to be that.
Is it?
Yeah, what else? Random leak?
I mean, it's blue.
I just pissed.
I don't think they're gonna warranty you, bro. You're
100% the warranty.
You got 100 degrees of camber and you're on air suspension.
I blame fly air then.
Absolutely not.
It's fly air struts.
When they blame the struts on the coolant. Yeah, so we say you're on air suspension, we can definitely see why your coolant cracked.
That's the complete reason. All
How
right,
do you feel?
we're getting somewhere. Fucking annoyed. All right, so I finally finished putting on all four sensors. It took a lot longer than planned, but also lucky for me, I got the overflow as Gabe showed. Seems like it cracked, which is a common issue on the FL5 I've seen on the forums. So yeah, I guess I gotta deal with that next. It's because it's bags. That's why it's having all these issues, because of the bag. You can't bag a Type R. You're gonna have issues if you bag a Type R.
Wait,
In race car, you're not supposed to put bag on a race car.
wait, so what are we doing now?
Taking the suspension off and going back to stock. In a serious note, there's this sound happening when there's load on the suspension. Don't know what it is. We tried to do it without taking the wheel off, but can't find where the sound is coming from. So diagnostics 101. The wheel is back on. So it was the locking ring of the top that was loose. So tighten that. So now it's all good to go. So gonna get in the car, gonna lower it here. Get in the car, make sure the sensors are all good. Get the right height set to where I want it, because now I can drive a little lower in the rear since it was braked in the front because I could only ride basically with like a finger gap here. Now I should be able to ride right at the tire so that it matches the front. So let's get that sorted. So now, before it used to kind of like force itself in here. So now it goes in super smooth. Man, that took a lot longer than I wanted. But finally it's all done. Doing the calibration so I can get my presets on point. So let's get this done. Now I don't have to deal with this anymore and be scared of riding a little lower without burning up my freaking paint. You can literally see it just oozing out. So it's a common problem in this car. So now I gotta see if I just buy another one or get it done through the recall. But do I really want a stock tank back to deal with this again? I don't know. So this is gonna be my ride height now. So now it's basically even. I could be right at the tire, same as the front. So now it's super even, and presets are obviously with sensors, so you can see it has the middle dashes now. So that's the high preset, which gets it super high, and then this is a low preset. So I could probably drive there, but can't turn. And that's the rear.